Alright, so welcome back to the Witcher 2. What are we doing? Oh, right, yeah, we need to turn this quest in. I guess we can talk a little bit
Representatives
first.
of the Council of Regents. Did any come with you?
Let me get some information before we hand
Count
this in.
Maravel. The other 5 remain in Vizima. It seems that save Baron Orval, most spend their time trying to devise a way to undermine Anais's claim to the throne.
Kimbolt and Maravel. What's their stance?
Well, they've taken opposing positions, as one might expect. The Baron believes Anais's origin, if you will, stands in the way of her taking the throne, though it's common knowledge that he would simply prefer to seat himself on it. Whereas Maravel has said that Foltest's children have his full support. He stated this in Vizima before the entire council. One thing is certain, words come cheap.
Yeah.
Those
Because
two
he's
may
the one
change
that
their
also...
minds in a flash if Anais is found and recovered.
Impressive summit.
Actually
But
trying to
not all
remember
the
which
players
one
had
did
their
what.
representatives here.
The most important do. The mages thought
I
about
think he's the one
inviting
that
everyone,
forged
but
the
time is
letter
short.
to get them off course.
What about Edirn? It's a huge country.
Torn by conflict and rebellion with no clear ruler. They're not to be taken seriously at this point.
Sounds like the Kedweni point of view. The Edirnians see it differently, I'm sure. The mages will want to get as much as they can out of this summit, and monarchs don't generally like others dictating terms. This may end in a row.
There will be no row. The mages now rely on the mercy of the northern kingdoms. The amphitheater itself is also protected by an anti-magic shield, like the one used at Thanid. The times of mage impunity are gone. They will be shown their place.
Wait, didn't we go into the... I guess maybe we didn't go inside the amphitheater. I remember like the location showing up, and I'm pretty sure we still use magic there.
Busi and Anais.
Yes?
Okay, so we can't accuse them both. I don't think that was an option before. I guess we need to specifically have the evidence.
Count Maravel outright betrayed Temeria, while Baron Kimbolt planned to murder Foltest's children.
Those are serious charges.
Kimbolt hired some thugs to do the wet work for him. I found them, and one's ready to testify. They never got the job done because the convoy carrying the children changed course, only to fall into an ambush sent by Maravel. The Count wanted to hand Anais and Busi over to the Nilfgaardians. You'll find the proof in this letter. Busi's death was an accident.
Dark clouds
But I
gather
think
over
they...
Temeria.
Well, I'm not sure if they're going to explain
Their contingents
how
are among
Busi
the
died. They're
largest
just
in
saying it
North
was
Ween,
a...
and I cannot risk mutiny by their men. Thank you, Witcher. You did well to bring this matter to my attention. I only hope Baron Kimbolt will agree to stand with me.
They just said it was a series of
So
unfortunate
you
circumstances.
see, Baron, I have learned all, and it makes me sick to think about it. However, you may count yourself fortunate, for we've a greater problem to deal with. You shall provide me with your full support as we arrest Count Maravel.
This plea sounds more like a threat to me, Constable.
It is no plea, it is an order, and yes, a threat. Refuse, and the Council of Regents shall receive ample evidence of your crime, of your wish to slay the children for whom our king gave his life.
What are your terms, Natalis?
Upon returning to Vizima, I shall destroy the evidence against you. Prior to that, however, I expect your unconditional support.
How can I be certain you will do as you pledge?
My word still means something, unlike yours, you lying, rotting son of a whore.
Ooh.
So be it. But heed this, Constable. Do not try to cross me.
Kind of an empty threat. Oh, that was a weird cut. So I wonder if we had just accused him, if he would have been arrested as well. Or rather, if he would have just been arrested. Now I've got to figure out which way to go here. I think I was still doing I think I need 100 vitality. Yeah, I think just removing the backstab damage completely is probably the way to go. I guess maybe I should start doing the mutagens, even though it's pretty late in the game. It's just that, like, I saw that I think once it's in there, you can't take it out, is the thing. And I thought I was going to go for the alchemy talent, which increased their power, because that's not retroactive. But see, like, I don't even understand. So does it just increase? Like, I just do 1 extra point of damage? These don't actually seem that big. 2 armor might be alright. And yeah, that does seem like a really good one. Yeah, because that's just straight up better. Maybe I should just be looking for the epic ones, I guess. Although that doesn't seem super helpful. Because I guess I've never tried the adrenaline on a boss before. I doubt it would work. Oh, that's all I have. Okay. So I think I want to put it to this one. And this is lesser too. Yet it's... Oh wait, no, not that one. Yeah, this one. 2 armor, 5 vitality, and 1 more damage on signs. I think I would at least want to use that one. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, now you can't take it off. So you got to be careful with those picks. I don't know if I want to do another one, because that was like my best one I had. It wasn't even a huge difference. No, I don't think any of these other ones are really worth it. Like maybe that one, just to do a little bit extra damage, but the only other one I was thinking of was maybe it's like this. No, not that one. That's just like another 1 damage on signs. See, how is that an epic one if... I guess that's only for melee damage? Is that why it has the sword there? Because surely that would be better than that. Because that's +1 on signs only, whereas this is 1 to 3 just damage. I assume that's just sword damage. That's only a rare one though. So I feel like only the epic ones are probably worth putting in, but... Yeah, you know what, it's probably worth it, just an extra... like up to 3 damage on hits. And then only like those 2 are the only other ones I can mutate. That'll do for now. I definitely would obviously use that more if you could switch them around. But the fact that they're permanent once you put them in sort of defeats the purpose of like what's the point of having those weak ones if you like who's ever going to use the weak ones if they're permanent? Oh, also, what the hell am I doing? I thought I'd have a... Oh, there we go. Oh, so I guess now we're maybe... Okay, but how do you know which one's which? That's just Roach, and that's Shillard. I would assume this is Triss. But I don't know. Oh, or help Roach recover, okay. I mean, this seems like a kind of important choice. Also, it says children, even though we know that Lucy's dead, right? Okay, so where do we go from here? Because that's going to be Triss. But surely... I mean, this seems like an important choice by the way it's worded, but the game doesn't seem to be putting a lot of emphasis on this choice in particular. And I doubt... Because it makes it seem like... I should probably, yeah, have it paused so I don't run the timer out for whatever that is. If I didn't know better, I would say, like, whoever you don't choose would die. So, like, you either save Anais or save Triss, but I really don't think they would kill Triss off by not saving her here. So the question is, would they kill off Anais if I don't go help Vernon? I mean, see, and then the way that's what it is, it's like it's help Vernon. So is he capable of doing that himself? Hang on, I'm gonna read the journal. Okay, he was willing to do everything alone. Yeah, I don't know if this is like this might just be like a dialogue sort of choice, like maybe Roach will be mad at us if we don't go with him and he still saves it, and whereas if we go the other way, Triss will be mad that we didn't go for her. Because I don't think they would kill Triss off if we don't do this. But I guess we'll go that way, because I'm going to assume Vernon is capable of handling that himself, maybe.
Nothing special.
This is this one, right? Yeah. Did I just save it? I'll save it again.
Look who's here, the Rivian Witcher.
Greetings.
Our paths cross often, it seems.
Too often.
What do you seek here?
Oh, so it actually just gives you the opportunity to back out.
Triss Marigold.
In the Nilfgaardian camp? Fistek has addled your brain.
Lower your sword, son.
You've got cheek, Geralt.
I've got two of them, actually.
Let's go. One false move and your ambassador will never see Nilfgaard's son again.
My men won't let you leave here alive.
They will if you ask them to, Excellency, and I believe you will.
Reynold Eb Madsen's orders come from the Emperor himself. He'd rather die than give you Marigold.
Then he'll die.
No, mark my words. You will. Unless you release me.
Oh, I didn't even let that dialogue play out.
Out of the way, all of you, or the old man dies.
Hold there!
I'm not joking.
I know. And I advise you not to hesitate. Kill him. For we shan't move one bit.
Renwald!
He who brings me the Witcher's head will get the Order of Merit.
But Ambassador Fitz-Estellen...
Your Excellency. Orders from the capital.
Well, I didn't kill him.
Now I'll have enough to kill you all.
What are you waiting for? Get him!
Oh, you think he would have kept that for himself? Oh, that isn't one of them. Ah, see, like when they're switching weapons, they're like invincible for some reason. I feel like Eden is probably the way to go here. Did that like one extra damage point? Okay, maybe not. These guys just seem weaker than the other guys I fought. I guess now would have been a good time to use the power move, but that's probably an insta-kill. I don't know if there's a way to see when the insta-kill actually kicks in. Like it doesn't seem to show up in the damage log. Guess we should read whatever that says. Hunting horn. Oh, jump. Nice.
The gate's closed. There must be another way in.
Really? You can't just, like, kick it down? No? Okay. I guess that's, like, reinforced or something. It seems like my magic is recovering pretty quickly, too. Well, I guess it's technically Vigor, but... Oh yeah, I should have like a... Let's see, why can't I parry that one? Or that one? I guess I still don't understand the parry, even this late in the game. See, that time it worked. But I think I have like a, what, 15 or so % chance to insta-kill on a riposte now. Because I have like the latent insta-kill chance, and then I have the ability that's like, I think it's 10% insta-kill on a riposte. So it'd be nice if I could figure out how it worked. Oh, I guess this is just a path up there, huh? Okay, so I think it's about 4 seconds for my bar to regen. Oh, he can even... Okay. Yeah, they definitely have advantages that you don't. The fact that he can parry while switching to his sword, whereas Geralt is completely vulnerable when he's switching weapons. There's a little bit of jank in the combat.
Did you really think you could just prance in here? Make the Emperor proud! Kill him!
See, if they're really smart, they would just have like 10 guys up there with crossbows.
The Imperial Army's ranks are endless!
I don't know if that's insta-kills showing in or if I'm just doing a shit ton of damage now. See, I'm targeting the wrong one. No, just stick to the one guy, please.
You're a stubborn beast, Nordling.
I think E is just faster than trying to carry them. Should probably actually loot them. Oh, that's a lot of loot bags. Holy shit. I don't know if these guys are just like weaker than the other enemies, or if those like extra 3 points of damage that I added really made that much of a difference.
Congratulations, Witcher. They were my best men.
You should have picked them more carefully, or trained them better.
Or perhaps they were ready for any foe but you.
Free Triss, or join them.
You amaze me. How can you risk your life for a witch?
I mean, these are... You just friend zone her right now. I don't know if I like... Does this mean like in a... like a utilitarian way, or like in a lover's way? I don't...
She has information.
Okay,
that's very
that's not
important
quite
to
what I...
me.
Ah, that I understand. You're exceptionally reasonable for a Nordling.
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that.
It should, because I in turn have information about her, which you may find interesting.
What are you talking about?
Your friend and the other witches conspired against your rulers.
I mean, do we trust you? But...
How do you know that?
From the best possible source. She confessed.
Also, nice nipple
And how
plates
did
you got there.
convince her to do that?
By showing her the confessions of other lodge members.
I don't believe you.
That's irrelevant at this point. During our chat, my people managed to regroup, call for reinforcements.
How do you know that?
Maybe now they'll start fighting like men.
Time to show you the Empire's true power. Surround him!
Okay, yeah, just... Okay, that was fair. They really like to just immediately hit you after a loading screen.
For Nilfgaard!
Can I, like... I was really hoping to get the mage in that, because he was closer than everyone else, but...
Shame to the Empire.
See, that was probably a kill.
Forward!
I see, there's no point using Ard when I'm... Yeah, they just... Oh, he did get dazed by it though. I guess they just don't get knocked down. That's weird. Oh, yeah, see, like, they can just stand up from a knockdown because they decide they want to switch weapons. That's... I feel like that's something they should have fixed. That seems like a little... weird. Like, unintentional. Like, I have no reason to just walk up and actually fight you when I can do this. And then I can just wait for my stuff to regen and then knock you over.
Emperor, I failed you.
Oh yeah, there's also like the armor enhancements that I just never used, because again, I guess I should maybe do that now because I feel like I'm you know, I got like the legendary sword and that was worthless. This thing, I guess the vitality regen is okay. Maybe does that working? Maybe that's the idea. Maybe that works in combat. And so it's worth losing the extra 4 points of damage. Because it... oh, no, this has vitality regen anyway, never mind. I guess the extra 4% chance of insta-kill maybe? But that wouldn't do anything against bosses, so... What was I doing? Oh yeah, I wanted to put like a rune on here. Can I even do that without a... Oh, I can. So an extra 7% damage, 8% bleeding. That's pretty good. That's a net. Yeah, that's probably. So the thing is, I don't know if I'd want to use that on. It's like, I don't know if this is the best armor I can get. I don't even remember where I got it from, to be honest. I think I crafted that actually, didn't I? Yeah, I feel like this is a little too good to just use on this, because I think I crafted this, so let's use the steel plate one maybe, because that we have a few of those, and armor 1, armor 2. Could you multiple the same one? Damage 7, bleeding 8. Do I have any? I don't really have many of those, do I? Of the sword upgrades. I guess you have to make them. And I just haven't been doing that. Oh, I do have a bunch of these. That seems pretty good. Like 4 more damage on the signs. Let's put that on both swords. Do I did? Oh, okay, I guess I just scrolled down for some reason. The Guardian Falconer's Gauntlets. Just gonna make sure there's no like missing chests. Is this the other door? Yeah. Okay, don't actually go through it though. I guess that's how we leave. Oh, 1 second. Oh, you are just here. How come there's blood on that side? Oh boy, I hope you didn't hear what I said about you.
Geralt?
Didn't expect to see me.
Are you kidding? The only person you expect to see in a Nilfgaardian dungeon is the executioner.
Did they torture you?
They tried various things, but they got nothing from me.
When I left Flotsam with Vernon, I somehow doubted I'd find you so soon.
I know it was hard on you. I'll never forget this, you hear? Never.
Couldn't you ask your friends from the Lodge for help?
How do you know of the Lodge?
I just do. Listen, Triss, to come here for you, I had to split up with Vernon. Temeria is in danger of disintegrating.
Are you sorry you chose to come here?
No, I'm not. But freeing you from Shillard's grasp was not my only reason for coming here. I need you to explain your role in this mess. And to explain why you lied to me.
That's not true.
I know about the Lodge. I know the Lodge was behind Demavend's assassination. I know Triss Marigold is a member of the Lodge.
It's not like that.
Show me the error in my reasoning.
True. I'm a member of the Lodge. Just like 8 other sorceresses. But if you think I'm responsible for the Lodge's actions, you're badly mistaken. The Lodge is a theater for 2 actresses. Sheila and Philippa have long dominated it.
To the point where you didn't know about the murder they planned?
To the point where I was no longer invited to gatherings.
Why?
She got kicked out of the
Stop
group.
trusting me.
Because you didn't agree with them?
9 women very rarely agree on anything. The actual problem was that
Tell me.
I was close to you. If Sheila fears anyone, it's Geralt of Rivia. The Lodge did everything to convince me that our relationship didn't bother them, even that it suited them. But they manipulated me. Through me, they fed you select information. Depending on the circumstances, They twisted facts.
We're still close. They could still be doing it.
Don't insult me.
Hmm. I guess we'll trust it
Calm
for now.
down, Triss. Reynold Ep Matson claimed otherwise, but I'll always take your word over that of some Nilfgaardian lowlifes. Now, you'll tell me everything you know. I need to learn the truth.
All existing councils of mages disintegrated after the Thaned massacre. We all acted separately. Philippa decided to create a new organization, a secret one this time. When I was sworn in, it never crossed my mind that the Lodge's plans would soon become secret to its members. As you know, Philippa's not one for minor undertakings. She presented a plan for creating a powerful state controlled by sorceresses.
No wonder the kings are opposing the sorceresses. Nobody likes a schemer.
Philippa and Sheila never lacked ideas or enthusiasm. To control a powerful state, they needed to create one first. Or find a wealthy land with a suitable political arrangement and an easily manipulated ruler. Sheila chose the Pontar Valley, Demavend, and Stennis.
Yeah, I don't know really enough to...
Demavend hated mages.
No more than Henselt or Radovid.
No, okay,
Sheila
I
and
guess that's what
Philippa
makes
saw
sense.
Demavend as the weakest ruler. His son, Stennis, blows hot and cold. Plus, he who controls the Pontar Valley controls the north. So it was in Edirn that a popular rebel emerged, preaching the idea of a new state. At one of our meetings, I just asked how they imagined overthrowing Demavend. That was the last time I was invited. After Demavend's death, I became suspicious, but had no evidence. Philippa brushed me off. When you went off to meet Yorveth and Sheila was busy with the Karen's carcass, I managed to scan parts of her megascope. That's when I learned that Sheila had dealings with Letho.
I mean, how would she have told us? Because she got captured immediately after, right?
Why didn't you tell me?
I wanted to, but we
Yeah.
never met after that.
Why was that
Letho
even an
must
option?
have shadowed me when I entered Sheila's room. Then he forced me to teleport us to somewhere near Vergen.
Did you talk to him?
He wasn't aggressive. In Vergen, he told me that Sheila commissioned them to assassinate Demavend. Them being the Witchers of the School of the Viper. Sheila helped them prepare the assassination.
I wonder why he told you about it.
Is that important?
Conspirators who suddenly divulge everything? I'd be suspicious.
I assume it's
There
probably
was some
to eventually
interference as we
tell
teleported
us.
to Edirn. I emerged intact, but pretty battered. I knew Philippa was in the area. I decided to go see her and lay my cards on the table.
Maybe Letho wanted just that.
I
Oh,
met a
well,
woman in
that
Philippa's
option
house.
too, I guess.
Thought she was just a servant or Philippa's lover. Before I could speak, I was overpowered by spells. I hardly expected an attack. The pain I felt as my body was compressed. It's indescribable. As if all my bones were being broken. It's even worse when you return to your true form.
Yeah, because they did
In any case,
talk
Philippa
about
had no
this statue.
idea her lover was a Nilfgaardian spy. I was carried as that
Or figure, I
all
guess.
the way to Lochmuin. Asira decompressed me back just before they murdered her. Shillard interrogated me but learned nothing. If it wasn't for you, they'd have had me quartered. I didn't piece the puzzle together until I was
Interesting they even bothered to
in the
like bring up
dungeon.
that spell when we didn't even
Now
see
you
it.
know everything.
Unless they plan to use it again.
Did Saskia know the Lodge's plans?
She didn't even know the Lodge existed. Philippa told her that the sorceresses would support an independent state in the Pontar Valley, no strings attached. A fairy tale, but Saskia bought it. Saskia backed Philippa, and the people backed Saskia.
Who had Foltest assassinated?
I have no idea. Perhaps after Demavend's successful assassination, Sheila and Philippa decided to take the next step.
That would be stupid. Killing Demavend was a way to take control of the Pontar Valley. People would forget the regicide in a year, and the Lodge could put its plan in motion. They had to know that if Foltest died, men like Roach wouldn't rest until they learned why that had happened.
One thing is certain. Letho killed Foltest, and Sheila was working with Letho.
Ever find out what Sheila was actually doing in Flotsam? I find it hard to believe she went there just to kill a monster and earn a few orens.
You're right, of course. It had something to do with Letho and the Scoia'tael.
What did she want from Yorvith?
The Scoia'tael were Saskia's trump card. I expect Sheila needed to know what the elves would do, given that a war with Hensel was practically inevitable.
That'll have to
Well, that
do
was
for
a
now.
We'll learn
pretty
more
cool
in the
dump there.
talks.
You're going to attend?
You have no memory of how the world worked before the Thanid massacre.
Actually, I know exactly how it worked.
That means...
We'll talk about my memory later.
Alright. If the Council and Conclave still existed, kings wouldn't be assassinated and massacres would be less frequent. This is our chance to restore these institutions, and we shouldn't miss it. Normalizing relations between the rulers and the mages who advise them is our only chance for peace.
And our only chance to dismantle the Lodge.
The Lodge will disintegrate anyway. Once the kings learn it was behind the assassinations, they'll start a witch hunt. We can prevent that from happening. I'm all for punishing the guilty, but can't abide collective responsibility. I'm ready to go and reveal everything I know about Philippa Eilhart, Sheila de Tanserville, and their schemes.
Let's go then.
So it seems like there's a pretty, well, not as much important, but drastic choices
Those
to make.
Nilfgaardians, that's your work?
Because that was like a lot of dialogue that you probably would have missed had you gone the other way.
They didn't slaughter themselves.
Oh wait, is there a different exit up here? Oh no, that's just a cave in. And then there's the whole like siding with the elves. I assume that's just like a, because it's like an entire area that was, well, that would have been different, I think, because there was like a whole locked area that we couldn't go into last chapter. So I don't know if the game like expects you to
should
replay it
arrive
and make
at
the other
same time.
choices.
Let's split up.
The Lodge remembers too.
Rest assured I won't let anyone compress me again.
Some of the sorceresses will be surprised to see you. Watch them closely.
Don't worry, I'll manage. See you at the
I
talks.
guess you can just hang out in the place that's anti-magic. I mean, leveled again already. Oh, level, yeah, the leveling's weird too. Like, leveling twice in one go is... it's a bit of an odd choice. Where to go from here, though? I guess 15 damage reduction isn't too bad, because that's basically just a better version of this. That might be it, just like upgrade both of these, maybe? That's just an extra, like, extra 10% damage, extra 25% reduction. Sure, we'll just upgrade both of these, why not? You got to be close to the end too if we're at level 32, because I think the max level is 35. And I've done like all the side quests that I could find outside of like one that I failed. I'm just gonna make sure I'm not missing. No, we've only got the one left. Okay. Yeah, see, here's the amphitheater. But does it mean... maybe it means, like, inside here.
We're about to witness a great event.
Why did we bother splitting out?
Yeah, I can't wait. Let's go inside.
It's now or never.
I figured we'd meet Roach along the way.
In recent weeks, we have deliberated extensively in Vizima on who is to succeed to the Temerian throne. Because the fate of Foltest's last child remains unknown, we could not reach an agreement. Unable to reconcile the interests of the esteemed Temerian houses, we have no choice but to divide the country into provinces along the barony's current borders.
This cannot be, John Natalis. Temeria stands between Nilfgaard and the north.
It must be a strong and united realm.
I too would wish it so, Your Majesty. But when Foltest was cut down by an assassin, the country's very heart burst.
I have learned that Anais La Valette is currently in the hands of the sorcerer Deathmold.
Clearly you have yet to learn of the slaughter that occurred today in the Kedweni camp, King Radovid.
Yet there is hope if the child lives.
I shall do everything in my power to find her.
So is
Simultaneously,
that Roach then?
I wish to announce that the commander of the Temerian Special Forces, one Vernon Roach, is officially a wanted man. All privileges
Okay, so he's still
appertaining to
alive.
him as an officer of the realm are hereby repealed.
I guess he just went in there and handled it himself.
To the matter at hand. The document describing the Charter of the Council and the Conclave is, as previously ascertained, an exact copy of the Charter found in the ruins on Thanet Island. The more important question relates to the Conclave and its power to designate royal advisors. Today, randomly chosen mages and sorceresses reside at many courts. However, in the time of the previous Conclave, such persons were carefully chosen.
Why shouldn't we pick our own advisors?
These individuals bear great responsibility, Your Majesty. The Conclave needs to be certain they are competent.
And that they will keep the Conclave's interests in mind.
Obviously, sire. The Conclave's chief interest is the well-being and prosperity of the Northern Kingdoms. The document has been signed by every member of the Conclave we have proposed, as well as by all but one of the designated advisors. We await only Sheila de Tanserville's signature.
Without our royal seals, you should be allowed to designate advisors to cowherd at most.
That is true, Your Majesty.
Sheila de Tanserville should never be allowed to sign this document.
He didn't want to, like, clean up
Triss
this?
Merigold, you decided to join us after all.
De Tanserville has royal blood on her hands. She can't sit on the Conclave.
See, this is the issue.
That is
Like,
a
do we have
lie.
proof?
Have you anything to support these claims, Merigold?
There are witnesses who will confirm
Okay.
that Sheila de Tanserville was behind the assassinations of Demavend and Foltest.
Officials of the future Council and Conclave. Sheila de Tanserville should be arrested and tried. If Triss Merigold speaks the truth, Lady de Tanserville will be condemned to death.
What are you guys doing here?
Sheila de Tanserville, until Triss Merigold's charges are dismissed or refuted, you cannot sit on the Conclave.
Arrest her.
Oh, okay. I thought they were coming to interrupt. She
You
shouldn't be
don't know the
capable
whole
of
truth.
magic, right?
Marigold doesn't know what she's talking about.
Oh, the dragon's back? Yep. I was wondering when this thing was showing up again. Oh, Jesus, okay. Oh, how come their shield didn't work for them, but it works for this guy? Yeah, because this thing showed up at the beginning, and then I saw one of the armors, I think, had a dragon scale requirement, so I assumed we'd be fighting that thing.
Geralt! We're trapped! Magic's no good here! I can't get us out!
I guess it's like magical fire?
Have to get Sheila!
Because there's no way the fire should still be burning on stone.
Stand
Does-
back while you can, Witcher.
No, I'm good. I assume his silver sword still works against
You
dragons,
can't
right?
stop me, not you, not anyone else.
Oh, if we have to fight her and the dragon at the same time, there's going to be an issue.
have to, I will kill you. How do you like my dragon?
Is there anything I can do about that? It's just wait it out, maybe? Synthesis?
You're late. I've already managed to stabilize the portal.
That was
You've
quick.
got nowhere to run. Sooner or
That
later,
took you like
someone
30
will find
seconds.
you.
I prefer to leave on my own terms.
Where's Letho?
Sir Synthesis will tend to him, as she will to all the fools who get a hard-on at the mere thought of burning a sorceress at the stake.
Where is he?
I don't know, fool. I've been looking for him since Foltest's assassination. Letho cheated all of us. We were deceived by his dull face and sluggish stare. Don't you understand? The Lodge sought a way to get rid of Demavend, that's true. He was a weak, volatile king. Edirn would eventually choke to death under his rule. We chose the lesser evil. He had to be eliminated, and Letho happened to be at hand.
Foltest? Henselt?
We had nothing to do with that. After assassinating Demavend, Letho used our gold and magical support to find and meet Yorveth. The elf was to help him hide until the matter blew over, or so I thought. The Lodge did not condemn Foltest to die.
Then who did?
Nilfgaard. Letho is the king of liars and emperor of traitors. From the start, he worked for the glory of the great sun and the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
That's a
He
mouthful.
lied to everyone. Me, Yorveth, your stupid little Triss, and you.
Got any evidence?
A moment ago, I received a message from the Lodge's agent in Sintra. The Imperial Army is on the move. They're fording the Yaruga now. Do you think the North can defend itself in the current situation? And can you count on another miracle at Brenna?
I don't know, but you made it all possible and you'll answer for that. The stigma of treason is yours for all time.
We shall see. For no one will leave this city alive. No one will tell this story. Philippa controls the dragon. As soon as I disappear, it will turn the city into a flaming tomb.
The dragon attacked Foltest's troops during the siege of Lavalette Castle. That hardly supports your tale.
We did not control it then. We may have lost a battle, but the war is just beginning.
Okay, I was gonna say it
You,
made sense
however,
for them,
shall
but-
not take part in it.
So who was
This
controlling it
is
then?
your end, Witcher. Farewell!
Something's not right. The diamond! Someone replace the diamond! This one's flawed. I'll be torn to bits! Geralt, remove
Oh,
it!
you should change your tone quickly. What if I don't though?
The diamond. Remove the diamond. I'll give you anything you want!
Should I though?
No!
Oh, Jesus, okay, well. That seemed like a choice. She certainly lost her copy tone real quick.
Damn it.
Can I actually fight you here? Oh, minimal damage, huh? That's still some damage, right? Oh, there we go. Oh, what happened to my Quinn? I thought I had that up. Oh, I am actually doing damage. Okay. I mean, I guess this is the fight then? We just hit it a few times and absorb the hit with Quen, and then chuck it back on. Oh, okay. Why do I keep losing it? Oh, I have my steel sword out, that's why I'm not doing damage. I guess I pulled it out because I thought I'd be fighting her. There we go. Does Quen just like not absorb the melee hit? Yeah, I keep losing it for some reason. Is it getting... I guess maybe it's getting tickled by the fire and disappearing. I don't know if I can like avoid... see, like, did I lose it there? No, I still have it. Oh, I didn't have to kill it anyway. Where am I going? Oh, I like how I can put the torch out. Oh, this way, okay. That wasn't overly clear. Is this like the same...
Guess they'll never learn.
the same sort of idea? We just like bait out an attack and then... Right, what the fuck? You just hit me? Oh, it says, okay. I thought it was hitting me through the floor. I assume this is the idea, you just like tank a hit with Quen. And get some damage on it when we can. I highly doubt like Igni would work, right? I'll see. Yeah, I didn't lose it immediately on like the fire breath. Oh, that's probably death. How the hell do you avoid that? Can I doubt I can block it, right? No, not really. Nope, sure can't. Okay, well I'm probably dead here. I think the main issue is its fire breath. Oh, you didn't want to stick around for that one? Oh, you really can't hit it when it's doing that? Hello? Where are my hits at? I just like swung through it 10 times. I feel like that should be ended. Oh, I thought I had Quen up. Well. Bit of a weird part, I'm not really sure what the strategy is there. I guess you never want to be far away from it because the fire breath deals so much damage. Okay, well I may as well just sit here until my thing goes back. I guess I can try hard, but I highly doubt that would stun it. Maybe... I don't know if this would do anything. I guess I just gotta try everything to start with. That did nothing, I think. Okay, I feel like... Take that, yep. I feel like that shouldn't have hit. Yeah, it does nothing, okay. I like bait him into walking... Okay, that also does nothing. Good to know. Yeah, I have no idea how you actually avoid the attacks. I really feel like the trap should work, but I guess not. Yeah, I don't know how you... Oh, yeah, I'm probably just dead. I do wish the, yeah, you know what, just tell me to start over. I do wish the visual effects for Quen would disappear immediately when you lost it. Yeah, I have no idea how you're meant to handle this. I highly doubt you'd let me drink potions here, right? Oh, you can. Okay, well, may as well drink a swallow then. That should probably help a little bit. I guess only its head is vulnerable. Yeah, see, I lost it there, even though it doesn't, like, give any sort of feedback that you've actually been hit. Oh, this is a new move. What are you doing? I guess maybe if you only... maybe I was getting too close. Maybe you just, like, get one hit on the head. Yeah, then the problem is if you aim for the head, though, then it can use the fire breath. Yeah, I guess that's the idea, is you sort of sit in the middle and you get like one hit on the head. And you just got to sort of quen out the fire breath. I guess I was trying to get too close to its body. Jeez, it's got more than reach too. I don't know if it's better to do like one big attack or two lights there. Okay, how are we meant to avoid that though? Oh, god damn it. God, I can't imagine doing this without the without Quinn. Just because some of these attacks just seem unavoidable. Depending on where you're standing when it decides to actually attack. Oh, and he just left again. Could you just, like, put your head up for more than 2 seconds? I don't know how that didn't hit me. Yeah, I don't know what it actually expects you to do against that. Other than just... because, like, if you didn't have Quen, that would just kill you, right? The fire damage? Oh, okay, that reached a bit more than I thought it would. I don't know what to do against that either. There's dodge. Oh my god, just sit still. You're gonna. Yep. Well, good thing I've got Swallow on, because that's just... oh, and then just leave again, okay. Oh, that one was actually scripted to leave. That was a bit of an annoying fight. Been a while since we had a QTE. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. Do I have to do the whole fight over? Oh, 1 second. Alright, well, time to find out if we have to do the entire fight again. Okay, good. It's gonna be the same... Okay, I think it's the same ones. Yeah, maybe there was something I'm missing in that fight. But like, you couldn't... At least I got that. Okay, good. Oh. Teleported a bit there. But like, trapping didn't seem to work. He couldn't use Ard to stun it. It seemed like Quinn was the only one worthwhile, and a lot of its attacks were just like the Fire Breath is the main issue. Because if it ignites you, you just lose a chunk of health. And in some of the scenarios, there doesn't seem to be a way to avoid it. Are these the same woods we walked down to? Oh, I guess we'll stick to the Witcher code, right? I mean, I don't know if it's going to survive that, though. Doesn't seem like it. Well, I mean, I guess I didn't kill it, Sparrow saves Saska. What the hell is Saska? Was that its, like, full name? Saska something? So I guess maybe it did survive? Why? I feel like I missed something there. Why are they just killing random people? Also, what happened to Death Mold? He's still an issue, right? Epilogue? What? I feel like we still got a lot of unanswered questions for this to be the epilogue. Unless this is just like a fleshed out chapter, right? I guess maybe doing the oh, maybe Death Mode was dealt with by
Are you
what's his
all right?
name?
More or less.
And the dragon?
Let's say it had a hard landing, impaled itself on a tree.
Did you
By
kill
a
it?
roach.
It's alive. You know I don't kill
Oh,
dragons.
okay.
But Philippa's...
In time, we'll deal with her. You know that could be one of the last dragons alive, a noble and beautiful creature.
Yeah, but
Let's get out of here.
I don't understand who was controlling
I
it at the
guess Letho got
beginning.
away.
He's waiting for you.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
Where the Temerians made camp. Come on.
what do you mean waiting? How do you know?
Utter chaos broke out after the dragon attacked. I tried to reach Philippa's quarters. A terrified man approached me in one of the alleys, gave me a letter and begged me not to harm him. He said it was for you. The letter was short. I'm waiting in the Temerian camp, Letho.
What happened here while I was gone?
All the kings had many more armed men than they should have had at a peace summit. During the evacuation, several skirmishes broke out. The Kedwenis clashed with the Temerians. The Order's knights raped 2 sorceresses
Oh,
and
Jesus.
killed those who dared try to help them.
Do you think the Council and Conclave will survive?
Well, they're established, and that's the only thing that prevented a wholesale massacre. Hard to say if they'll survive, but for the time being, no one's got any better ideas. Mages are part of this world, whether people like it or not. They have to have their rights, their place.
What is that noise?
Otherwise, another lodge will arise.
There was definitely some, like, big stomping footsteps there. Oh, okay, well there's Roach and the girl, but who's...
Vernon Roach! Step away from the child.
Just random
She's
leaks.
of royal blood. Temerian. Too good for you, Horsens. You're an outlaw. Wanted in all the north. Hand over the child and perhaps the king will show you mercy. I pass on Kedwenny mercy.
Roach!
Triss! We can't let them have her! This is Foltest's daughter! I've heard enough. Grab them!
Do these guys really think they have a chance? Let's see what these guys first. Oh, I guess I leveled up too. That was a... Chapter 3 was pretty short then, right?
I failed. Deathmold got away. Thanks, Geralt.
You're welcome.
Triss needed my help. You know that. The Nilfgaardians outwitted us all.
What are you talking about?
They kidnapped
Okay,
Triss.
so I guess
the Emperor dispatched the
Deathmold is still an
Kingslayer
issue.
using the Lodge as a decoy, all in order to breed chaos in the northern kingdoms.
Temeria is lost. The Barons will pick it apart into bits.
It's not lost. Temeria will be reunited. Get the child out of here. Take her far away. Far from the kings, their courts, and their wars. One day, she'll reclaim her heritage.
What about you, Geralt?
I'm going after the Kingslayer.
A man of his word.
It's personal now.
Farewell then, White Wolf. I trust we'll meet again in better times.
Farewell, Roach.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to do the other paths to...
Where's Yorvith? How is
to get the
Yorvith?
full experience,
Proud, I think. The reward on his head has never been greater. Those seeking him, the Scoia'tael hunters, will be reinforced. The special forces throughout the north will receive more resources. The Council and the Conclave are assigning several mages to the task. Yorveth is now public enemy #1. They won't rest until they find him.
But you'd have to do like a bunch of different choices though, right? Because you'd have to go for... You'd have to team up with Roach in that last section. But then there's also like the entire elf questline to go through as well. Also, are we going to explain these vines at all? Because no one's questioned that so far. Guess we gotta go all the way around, huh? Oh, I should probably won't go too far and level up as well. What do I even want here though? Could either get more bleeding, although I don't know how relevant that is. That's probably the better one to go for.
This is no place for witches. Though I know you, and you appear wherever something important happens.
True, though sometimes by accident.
And this time, also a coincidence?
Let's say I have something to take care of.
In that case, hurry. Once we're done cleaning up this mess created by the royal soldiery, Loch Muin will be magically sealed.
Getting out of here?
Temporarily. We shall return soon enough to rebuild the city. Loch Muin will regain its former glory. Until that time, we need to keep the treasure hunters and troublemakers out.
So Radovid trusts you?
We shall win His Royal Majesty's trust by delivering Sheila de Tansarville and the other traitresses from the
Well,
lodge.
you're not going to be able to do
Tansarville
that.
will be a problem.
Admittedly, Sheila can be slippery as an asp, but we'll find her.
Well,
You don't
there's
get it, Carduin.
a few pieces of
Sheila
her
de
here
Tansarville's
and there.
dead, killed by an unstable portal.
Shame. She was to be charged and tried. She would have been convicted of her crimes.
Why does it sound like she was convicted before standing trial?
It would have been a formality, true, and at once a warning to other sorceresses.
Seems to me she led you down the garden path.
Forgive me, I must attend to some matters. And don't dawdle, the city will be sealed in 1 hour.
You can probably just like climb out there, right? Alright. I'm sure Triss might be able to do that. Oh, I guess my thing was running the entire conversation. Okay, well, if this is like the final boss, that's pretty cool. Hopefully it's better than a dragon fight.
There he is.
Wait for me.
Geralt.
This is between me and him.
You don't have to.
I do. He knows how I lost my memory. Wait for me at the city gate. If I'm not there within the hour, leave without me.
Can I just like... I guess now I actually have the chance to prepare, right? Could I just like... You don't mind if I do this, right? You don't mind if I set a few... Also, I never had the chance to craft anything else, right? Even though I got the... I just got like new... What are they called? Diagrams? Blueprints, whatever? I got like a set of something in the Nilfgaardian camp, but from there... Oh, I guess from directly after, I guess I would have had a chance to make it. You just chill out there for a sec. I mean, I've been collecting them all game. And boy, I hope it happens in this arena. Because if it doesn't, this is going to be a little bit awkward. Okay, I think that should do it. I guess this time I'm actually allowed to meditate as well. I don't need that one. But yeah, I guess just Rook and Swallow. Because I assume it's going to be a fight, right? If this is just like a talk, it's going to be also a little awkward that we prepared for all this. Oh, did you mess with the
Is that
portal?
bauble from Sheila's megascope?
Mm-hmm. My final prank. I switched the diamonds. The one in the megascope has a flaw. Minute. But just large enough to warp the teleport. The Emperor's magic theorists assured me the effect would be spectacular.
Oh,
Did you see it?
Good.
Oh, okay.
Had she lived, she would have suffered more intensely and much longer. She helped me quite a bit, through naivety and pride. I would not have gotten far without her.
So, ready to lay your cards out on the table?
Like you can see
No
just the
matter the
pile of
game.
traps in the back.
There comes a point when all the players need to show their cards. I love that moment. But first... vodka.
Sure, just don't poison it.
Suppose my throat's a little dry.
In that case, let's drink to old friendships.
I would have had him drink it first. It's weird that witches are immune to disease but not poison.
Recovered your memory yet?
Not entirely.
Remember how we first met?
Yeah, I saved your life. Couldn't think of a nicer way to pay me back?
Frankly, I couldn't. I mean, taking care of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
Oh yeah, what the... Why? I figured she would have shown up by now.
1270. Midinvern, the Night of Magic. Letho wasn't lying, the hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too
Is that the King of the Wild Hunt? Because that's kind of lame that he has like a normal face underneath.
From all other elves, there was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
Back
So,
with me, friend.
Taking his soul
Got
took
the
his memory?
feeling You left for a minute.
Memories. I remember the Hanged Man's Tree and the Wild Hunt. I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
Oh,
So
okay.
cards out
The other
on
way.
the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
I chased you for lots of reasons. You owe me some explanations to start with.
Let's say I do.
Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days. Delirious. In agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
Well, that's awfully convenient.
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums.
Yeah, she's
trying to
one
sink
hell of a
in
character,
songs,
alright.
Trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself, we thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but she was just a sorceress with no memory. We were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard, mages who behave like that either drop their bad habits quickly, or are drawn and quartered by horses in the middle of Victory Square.
So I heard.
So we set out, wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we pulled her out. And then one day they captured us. The Imperial Secret Police. Me, Ox, Seret, and Yennefer.
Imperial Secret Police?
Mm-hmm. We were separated, and they questioned us. Long and thoroughly, but it was uneventful. No violence. That's how I met Vatia de Rideau. And a couple of weeks later...
Yeah, I just realized my
Yennefer
potions are probably
himself.
running out by now.
Me. A simple witcher.
What happened to Yennefer?
I don't know. Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the northern kingdoms. As for Yennefer, I had the feeling she was somehow important to Emir. As I see it, they learned of the Lodge from her. Those Imperial spooks have their ways. All I heard is that Vatir had his men watch Yennefer closely throughout the time she was at the palace. Then we went off to slay the kings of the north. That's where my knowledge ends.
So she's in the Empire.
She was when I left.
How did you know where we'd find the Wild Hunt?
Every witcher who wears the viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books and scrolls about the hunt. that I used to think our school was founded for the very purpose of solving the riddle of the Spectral Riders.
Know who they are? You know the true identities of the Riders?
From what I understand, there's some damn
Okay, that's kind of
race,
less cool than
but they turned out to be a big ruse.
what was initially
Legendary omen
shown in the first one.
to be a fairground attraction.
If they're just
No
elves.
Market Square mage could possibly conjure up a cavalcade of wraiths speeding across the sky. Then there's the amnesia. No, there's something
Yeah, I'm
more,
hoping
I assure you.
there's something more.
Go ahead, enlighten me. I can tell you want to.
There are a lot of legends and myths about it, but the Wild Hunt is a fact. I've fought and killed many of its wraiths.
Yeah, we did that in
Spectral
one.
emanations, the avatars of real riders. The riders we ran into by the Hanged Man's tree.
Are you telling me you were carried off by elves? Real material sons of bitches like the ordinary kind we deal with in this world?
They may be ordinary in their world, but they're strangers in ours. The conjunction of spheres. Know the theory? Do you know how monsters appeared in our world?
There's not a witcher who doesn't know that.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds, and they usually do that to summon the monsters we then have to hunt. The elves we saw come from another world, and they weren't summoned. They found the way on their own. It's not exactly easy, so they usually send their spectral emanations. They come in person on special missions.
As they did for you and Yennefer. So, elves from another world and their trained wraiths. What did they want from you?
I've got an idea, but that's not your concern. How did a witcher agree to kill humans at another human's bidding?
At the Emperor's bidding, Geralt. And he's no ordinary human. The rulers of the North come up to about where his Pauline's end.
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper, the Witcher's order where I came to be. Witcher's schools in the south fell into ruin long ago, and Witchers themselves became internal exiles, banned from entering most cities. Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path. I don't know where they are. Haven't seen them for years. Now they can come out of hiding. They can come home.
Why are you still here? Why did you wait for me this time?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me.
I mean, I guess
And
it's
don't
a
aim to hide anymore.
an easier way to
Fact
hide that you're a
is,
witcher is to shave your
only
head like
you
he
know the
has.
truth
That
about
way you don't have the
Well,
white hair.
And a couple of folks whose word isn't worth spit anymore. I never saw you as a foe. I want to go my way. But if I have to fight you first, so be it. This story ends here and now.
Never saw you as a foe, huh?
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. Lay the blame on the sorceresses. Breed chaos. Prepare the North. Soften it before the invasion. And you know what's incredible? We could not have imagined more fertile soil. No matter what the war's outcome, the Northern monarchs will accuse one another. Pursue their God-given rights. Seek vengeance and be at each other's throats for years to come.
He's got a really
North
basic ass
resembles
sword
a
though.
whorehouse
How come he
on
only has
fire,
one sword instead of 2?
as your friend Dandelion would say.
No, hang on. Give me the other one. Oh my god, there's so much dialogue here.
How did you manage to contact Sheila?
It wasn't a problem once I learned of the Lodge's existence.
I guess we should
she
get
watched
everything we
my
can.
every move. But sooner or later, everyone starts treating me like a big oaf. I mean, I can't change how I look. I stayed close to Sheila.
I think you can
Killed a
actually,
few
right?
beasts for her.
That's what sorceresses
Whined
do.
about how unhappy
They use
I
magic to
was,
alter their
how
looks.
unfair the world was.
So why couldn't witches?
So much, in fact, that I actually got her gander up a few times. I made sure a few potentially trustworthy witnesses saw us together. Could link us. Security in case I was captured. I also prepared to assassinate the King of Kavir. Esterad Tyson was to be the first victim of the mysterious assassins. But before I could do the dirty deed, Sheila asked me to slay Demavend. The gods had smiled upon me. I couldn't believe my luck. Here I've been trying to figure out how to frame Sheila. And now all I needed was to carry out her orders and follow through.
Where'd you get your information about the Lodge?
From the Emperor and Vatir de Rideau, the Emperor's chief spy. And I believe they got it out of Yennefer.
She recovered her memory?
Nah. I'd never claim she informed on her friends consciously. I expect they found a way to tap into her memory in spite of her amnesia, and without her knowing it. There was a sorcerer present when I was questioned. A young, proud intelligence officer. Whatever the case, they gave me a list of the sorceresses in the Lodge. Only Emir, Vatir, and I were present. Only we knew of the mission.
How do you manage to slay Demavend?
Sheila's magic. I mean, she could give us the king's every move. His habits, the positions of the palace guards, anything. All we had to do was navigate the labyrinth and land the final blow. Besides, she had plenty of gold for the preparations. Greased palms abundantly. It had all the makings of a cakewalk. But it's never that easy. We barely avoided our pursuers. And we wouldn't have if not for Yorveth Skoyatel, another of Sheila's ideas. With Yorveth's elves, not only did we cut down Demavend, but traveling with them put us out of the Lodge's reach. We could calmly plan Foltest's and Hensel's assassinations.
How did you know Foltest would come to the monastery's solar?
Yorveth and I planned Foltest's murder. The King of Temeria would have to deal with the Lavalette sooner or later, and he made no secret of it. I was sure he'd want to recover his bastard children in the process. And where do they take the children when a castle's under siege? I had to become a monk, but I couldn't just arrive at the monastery and claim I'd seen the light. Not very believable. So
Maybe that's why you shaved your head.
Out in the forests happened on a Skoyatel unit torturing a helpless monk. Arian's brave men drove off the elves and I found shelter in the monastery.
No one noticed you had no wounds?
I paid the monk who treated me a lot of orange to stay silent. Actually, it was only a loan, because I killed him later. Only the dead can keep a secret.
Well, actually, that's not true. We proved that with the necromancy.
When I saw you enter the chamber with Foltest, I thought I might fail. Luckily, you failed. To recognize an old friend.
I mean, you were... you were also disguised.
When did you decide to get rid of
So,
Yorveth? As soon as I realized
that
I
probably
couldn't
helped.
manipulate him. A true fox, that one. He was so observant, so dangerous. I got the sense he might see through me at any moment.
You made a mistake. You were untouchable as long as the Skoyatel were protecting you.
Maybe, but with Yorveth, my hands were tied. If I'd finished off Kieran...
But you didn't. And that allowed me to drive a wedge between you and Yorveth. I forced you to flee.
And I let you live.
Yeah, I guess Rich and Yorveth never finished their deal either. I thought that would come up again considering the fight they had.
So Sheila was looking for you when she came to Flotsam.
Maybe that'll happen in 3, because they're both
thought
still
she was
alive.
still in control and wanted to get rid of me. I'd bet my eyes that she thought I'd lost my mind. Or that Yorveth was manipulating me.
And the North descended deeper into chaos.
Exactly. There was just one problem. You. I could have killed you in the Elven ruins. Thing is, you weren't really my enemy.
Shame you didn't take a shot at Henselt yourself. History might have taken a different turn.
Maybe I would have killed him. Maybe you would have killed me. Who knows? But Henselt's death, although desirable, wasn't necessary anymore. The plan could go forward without it. Besides, somebody else got him.
You know who?
Yeah, I wonder who that was.
Come on. We both know.
I got no idea. I definitely wasn't there. Oh, okay, and then that goes back to the beginning. Alright, well, now that all my potions have run out,
Let's finish this.
like 20 minutes ago.
Want to fight?
Any vodka left in that bottle?
A swig apiece. Here.
Okay, it looks like Geralt just finished it. The way he chugged that. That was more than a swig.
The Imperial army is probably crossing.
So
the
they do
Urugers
get
this
drunk
week.
then.
Pure pandemonium will ensue. The North's finished. Time to go south, where the good life awaits.
You're a fool, Letho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together. Very shortly, the North could be united like never before, thanks to you. But that's just not my concern anymore.
I'm not your foe. I never was. Let me walk away and I will. You'll never see me again. Force me to fight, and this time I'll kill you.
No, we're not gonna... Oh, I nearly just... the mouse like freaked out there. I'm not gonna... No.
Time to fight. Ready?
That'd be a bit anticlimactic to let him just walk. Yeah, it might be the correct choice.
Fear death.
It might be the correct choice to let
What
him
does
walk,
it
but...
feel like to be almost dead?
I said fight.
Right, yeah, we have to wait for his thing to... Do these hit it? Okay. Well, they still do that. How come I'm not locked onto him? Was that your... Oh, that's the one. I want an odd. Is this like the same as last time where you just... Oh, okay, I guess I think the trap stopped him now. I don't know if the traps remove his Quen. Okay, no, he just walks through it. Okay, I need to get out of there then. I can't be around the traps because I think they're blocking my Ard.
Wolf has teeth.
Can I knock him into the fire?
I'm better.
I guess not.
I can ready.
Maybe I can
Of course you can.
ignite him now.
You tire quickly.
I'm tired of tired.
Definitely a lot easier than the first time. We are a lot stronger. See, I feel like this will probably be a... I think we just set each other on fire. Oh, can I counter you now? Oh, okay. Maybe not like that. I can't actually target him for some reason. I guess because he's... Yeah, I don't think you can parry him. Because he doesn't have a targeting reticle. So I guess the play... Oh, I want to try Igni on him, actually. See if I can set him on fire. I'll just let his thing run out. This is a much easier fight than the first time. You got
Want to kill you?
way more room to move around him.
You're nowhere near my level.
Okay, I don't think that actually sets him on fire then. He's probably going to Quen here. Yep. Oh, of course, I'm not getting my energy back because I still have this up. Can you knock this off me? Thanks. I guess I could also, Oh, do I only have one of each of these? Oh no, maybe not. Can I poison you? I doubt it. Oh, good shot, Skirrel. Just wait for his thing to run out. I want to see if I can just like throw a bunch of these at him and maybe poison him. Like, you can still stagger him when he's got the thing on. Yeah, it's weird that this is a much easier fight. Like, I know we're stronger, but at the same time, yeah, I doubt you can poison him. Like, at the same time, this is a much bigger arena. You can just run around him this time without any fear of his, like, ignies. And he seems like he's got the exact same, like, AI.
I've had enough of this dance. Goodbye,
Yeah, it's so much easier than the first. It's weird, the difficulty spike in the first boss fight with him. Oh, I should probably have my hands ready. That's probably going to be a QTE here. Oh, okay. We win in the battle, but lose in the cutscene. I thought we were going to cut his legs there as we slid past. Oh, that was a bit of a delayed effect there. Yeah, that was a little bit disappointing. Like, compared to the first fight we had with him. See, I feel like the way they should have done that would be to make his first fight easier. And then basically just have him be like a full-powered Geralt in this fight. Have him... Like, see, now it would make sense for his, like, Quen to take multiple hits, and his Igni to be really strong, and, like, all that. Give him, like, all the abilities that you have by this point. But instead, he's, like, already superpowered when you first fight him. And then he's just exactly the same here, except you're now stronger, and you're in a much better arena to fight him. So it's just an easier version of the first fight. I guess maybe that's so people don't feel too missed out if they let him live. Because if that was like a really detailed fight, you would want to not let him live. Otherwise you'd miss out on that. Because the dragon fight was kind of annoying with the fire breath. Oh, hey Kelly, what's up? You missed a little bit of the story. That's all good.
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. In Flotsam, he slew Bernard Laredo, but few mourned for the Commandant.
Oh, so is this where all our choices...
While command of the garrison in town went to a Vizima noble.
Because it was under control by a sorceress. So he fought it, but he didn't kill it. You have the choice to spare it or kill it at the end. But it's just because it was attacking him when it was under control. I feel like there's still an answer I missed there, because they said it wasn't under the sorceress's control at the beginning of the game, so where did it come from?
Soldiers of the Unicorn swarmed over the Pontar Valley. As it had before,
You might have to play the other route to get all the answers. Oh, okay, well that's...
events would render Henselt's triumph short-lived. After Foltest's death, Temeria's neighbors began to vie for the glittering prize that was the realm's throne. Yet the murders of first Demavend, then Henselt, forced them to look to their own problems.
Yeah, this would probably be drastically different had you let him live. And stop a roach. Although what
Vernon
happens
Rook
if you go
held
with
a
the
light of
elves
hope for
then?
the
There's
dying
so many
realm,
different
and he tucked it away in a place safe and still to await better times.
so many different pathways. I think this
Years
one was actually
before, Geralt of
shorter
Rivia
than the
had
first
witnessed the
game,
fall of
right?
the Council and Conclave of Mages. The summit in Loch Muin
It felt
re-established
shorter.
both bodies.
I don't think I missed a ton of side
Sacrificing
quests.
Sheila de Tanzerville and her accomplices. Yet Radovid also required humility and loyalty from the proud mages, but this did not sit well with all of them. It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the days seemed, we who had in some way shaped the world's fate finally received some respite.
I think we hit the
Zoltan resumed
epilogue at like an
quest with
hour
one
in,
hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses.
and I was a bit... I thought
Who
chapter
could have
3 would
known
be
this
longer,
tempest which
considering how
ravaged the
long
north
chapter 1 and
was
2
but a
was.
harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.
Use the credits to see the game in... Wait, what? Okay, so there's like another... There's gonna be like a post-credit scene, I guess. Yeah, so that was, I guess, about... Actually, I guess with like 11 parts at about 3 hours each. I guess it's about 30 hours. I forget what the first one was. Maybe it was about the same. I guess maybe because the first game had 5 chapters and this one had 3. It just felt a little shorter. But I guess there's still, if you want to, there's still like content there if you want to go back and do the... Because like chapter 2 would probably be completely different if you went the elf pathway. Yeah, I've heard 3 is... Yeah, because 3 is like open world, right? As opposed to these ones where you're sort of stuck in one area. I know 3 is going to take a while, and I plan to do like most of the side quests, so that's probably going to ramp it up a lot. Yeah, definitely, I feel like it's going to be interesting to see what they do with 3, because I feel like in this one they had... The ideas were there. Like the interesting ideas were there. I just feel like they didn't quite iron them out properly. Like the, initially the combat is kind of awkward, because you have like all these abilities. And like you can block, you can parry, you have all your spells, but you have such a limited amount of vigor that you'll simultaneously have a bunch of choices, but you're very limited in what you can do at the beginning until you level up like halfway through the game. Oh wow, yeah, okay, so like random events that happen afterwards. And then there's like they seem to make a point of like wanting to set traps and prepare with potions, but there's really not a lot of chances to even do that. Which I think I've brought up a few times before, but like... There's a Karen fight which you make a potion for that you don't even need to use. The first Letho fight you can't even prepare for without loading a previous save like 5 minutes back. Oh, I thought it crashed for a second. It just like cut to a different set of credits, I guess. The dragon fight was kind of weird because you can prepare for it in mid-fight. I guess they wanted you to be able to buff yourself before the second phase. So that was a weird one. But there's no like boss fights you can actually sort of prepare an arena for, really. And like in order to drink the potions, you sort of need to already know that there's a fight coming up, and then like reload a save and take the potions that you're gonna need. It's a little bit awkward, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they if they try and keep that sort of design for the third one. Yeah, well, like even here in like the I was saying that the splits in the choices seem pretty drastic. They're not necessarily super important, but they can change a bunch. Like Because like you already have the choice between the elves and the humans, which I think would completely split chapter 2. And I guess it would also split chapter 3 now that I think about it, because you wouldn't show up with the roach, you know. Yeah, would you even finish in the same location? Because it's not like they would let you into Loch Moine with the Scoia'tael. Huh. Yeah, I feel like it was still a step up from 1 in terms of combat, because the combat in 1 was very... Well, I think it's pretty subjective though, because it was very, very heavily RPG based. It was more about your pure stats rather than any sort of like spacing or well, it was sort of based on timing because of the sword attacks, but there was no like dodges. The dodges were like automatic. I think the blocks were automatic too. It was all very stat based. Whereas this one they went more action-y. Even though there were some wonky hitboxes, but yeah, and then there was just like weird things where enemies with crossbows just had random immunity when they decide to swap weapons. Like when they swap weapons, they're immune to knockdown, and you can knock them down, and then if they swap weapons, they just automatically stand up. There were just some wonky things there. Oh, what? Oh no, never mind. But yeah, there was like a huge chunk of time between this one and 3, right? There was at least 6... I want to say 6 years? Whereas I think there was maybe 4 between the first one and this one? Something like that. Actually, no, there would have been more than that. I think it was maybe 6 between the first and this one too. I'm really surprised that Yennefer never showed up. I thought for sure she would, but she seemed to be a pretty major point in this story. It was about Geralt wanting to find her in this one, and she still never showed up. I thought, with her not showing up in 1, I thought that, like... I thought there would be, like, the choice between Triss and Yennefer in this one, but that wasn't a thing either. Yeah, I'm sure this would be pretty brutal on the higher difficulties with, I guess you'd probably want to immediately go into the lower backstab damage with how much you take from backstabs in this. Because I only played on normal and I still got my ass kicked in some of the fights. Then again, there were mechanics that I was like just not using. I didn't really use the mutagens or the armor upgrades, but that's I've had sort of a flaw with everything being permanent. Like I didn't want to use any of my good upgrades or mutagens because they would permanently be attached, and then I couldn't change them out later. So the game might be a bit easier if you actually use those, but I feel like you sort of need to have the knowledge as to like which weapons and armor are good and you're going to be using for a while so you can actually invest into them. Okay, so from what I read of the books, I mean, I guess I only got as far as Triss actually showing up, so I guess maybe that's why my views of it skewed there, because Yennefer showed up in a decent chunk of the stories that I read, and so it's sort of weird that the game takes the opposite way, but I guess if I had read more, then maybe Triss would have shown up more than Yennefer. But the book seemed to put a lot more emphasis on Yennefer with the whole, like the smell, what was it? Like the smell of, it's definitely not cranberries, it's some sort of berry. That seems to get mentioned a lot. I don't even know if Yennefer was mentioned at all in the first one. I'm trying to remember, but again, it's been a few years. And there's also, so I guess, yeah, like I thought before, because you had the choice between a Triss and an Ice. You'd save one or the other. And I thought they wouldn't kill off Triss if you saved Anais, and I guess I would have been right because Roach went to Anais, so I don't know how Triss would have got out. But oh, and she has a fiance too, of course she does, right? Yeah, like even Letho at the end was like, yeah, she's sort of a bitch. Like she immediately, cause I guess you missed this, that part where Letho takes Yennefer with the other witches, and she lost her memory, and Letho's immediately like, yeah, she tried to like seduce one of us and drive a wedge between us, just like immediately. Even after losing her memory, she just started acting up and throwing tantrums, and I'm just like, yeah, that sounds like her from what I read in the books. Oh, good. Okay, yeah. That's not the, no, that wouldn't be the mage, right? I think that was just like a one-off thing. I remember reading the one story where she slept with a mage, I think, and then Geralt and the mage were going to have a duel, I think, but then that didn't go through. Yeah, it's sort of weird. So I'm really hoping that, and don't tell me if I'm right here, but I'm hoping that Deathmold shows up in 3 so that we can sort of tie up that loose end. Because, I mean, I guess maybe he might just escape, and then the only way to deal with him would be going through Roach's route here. I am curious to see which way the, like how the elf route plays out in this one. Deathmold, he was the mage for, ah shit, what was his name? Henselt, I think? He was the one that, was holding Anais hostage in Loch Muin. And I guess he said, yeah, don't tell me if he shows up in 3. But I just would want to say that I hope he does, because, it's Detmold? I thought it was Deathmold. That's a not as cool name. His name just went by in the credits just then. Oh, and, what's her face still didn't show up. Ciri. I think she was mentioned, well, she was alluded to. I don't think her name was even mentioned. It was just alluded, I think they said a female witcher showed up in the flashback, but they never even said her name. Maybe there's like a big time jump between this and the 3rd one. Although I would assume, because Geralt just learned that Yennefer's in the, I forget what he said, I think the capital or something. He just learned where Yennefer is, so I assume he's probably going to immediately go there. So I don't know how much time would pass, because I don't know how old Ciri would be at this point. No, I ended up fighting him, and because your choices were either to fight him or let him go, and I figured it'd be more fitting to have like a final boss fight, but it seemed a bit odd to just let him go. I mean, they weren't exactly enemies, but at the same time he just sort of came in and messed everything up, and then he's like, oh no, just let me go and you'll never see me again. But I am I do tend to kill off antagonizing characters, I guess, more than other people probably, rather than letting them live. Even though most games usually have, if you like spare them, they usually come back and help you later, but I think like the only person I actually spared was the dragon, because that's just sort of the Witcher code and it was being controlled. Everyone else I killed off, I think. But these are long credits, huh? Oh yeah, I guess it would have to be, I guess it was made in Polish first and then translated, huh? Ah, okay, well that's maybe something to think about then. Yeah, games tend to want you to spare people, but I'm usually not of that mindset. Oh, see, now it's saying it's death mold, not death. I guess maybe that was a translation thing. Maybe it was death mold in Polish and it was death mold in English. I thought it was death mold. It did say that there was like an ending after the credits. I just don't want to know if I can. Yeah, well, it'd probably be a while by the time I get to Witcher 3 anyway. But I think the only how do I sort of put it? I think it only really let me know if it's gonna like cut out content, I guess. Like if getting rid of a character would cut out like a whole bunch of side missions or something. But if it comes down to just like choices, then I feel like that should just kind of come down to the moment. But if it's like, oh, if you kill this person, you get locked out of this side quest, then yeah, I'd probably appreciate being you letting me know that it's maybe a thing to think about more. Oh, they really... Can I just like go... Okay. Hopefully they didn't skip the cutscene. We were just going through... Yeah, okay. Once we get to like the different translations, I sort of stop caring about the credits. Yeah, see, that's probably playing into the mindset I have, where like letting people live can sort of come back to bite you in the ass. Because there was like the one thing I'm thinking of is that the scene in Mass Effect 3 where there's that person, the mercenary person. I don't know if I'm going to be describing it accurately enough to... Actually, I think it was in 2. You know, it was in 2, the Samara's side quest, where there's a mercenary that begs you to let her live because she was just pretending. And if you let her live, it turns out she was actually a mass murderer. Just sort of stuff like that. Oh, is this going to be the... Oh, no. Oh, I guess it's got to do the reveal for 3, right? Like the first game sort of set up the second game. So we're just going to war with the Guardians again? I guess because like the north is divided. Yeah. Oh Jesus, okay. Oh, they're coming from the... Okay. Why are they avoiding the middle though? Oh, and it keeps the same title screen. Kind of wish that would have changed. I guess there's new game plus? Huh. So how would you even hit max level then? Because I'm pretty sure I did everything. And I still only hit like level 33. I guess you could grind out, right? I guess I didn't do that. I just sort of went through everything once, because the monsters respawn. So I guess if you really want to, you could like grind. That would take a while though, because I don't think monsters give as much XP as quests do. Maybe because I didn't see like a name on the map as to what that middle one was. I don't know if that was like important, the reason they were sort of going around that middle section. Maybe that's where 3 takes place. Maybe I should like look at a... see if I can find a map of the Witcher and see what that place is called. There was something else I was going to say now, I've completely forgotten. Ah, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's really all I'm concerned about, is like missing out on like content for certain choices. Other than that, I feel like I should just like sort of face the consequences of whatever I pick. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I do wonder what carries over from this one into 3 then. Because I don't think there were a whole lot of choices that went from 1 to 2. There were like a few mentions of it here and there. There was like the Queen, what's her name? Not Anastasia. I've already forgotten her name. The one that turns into a Striga. There was that choice. I guess there was the choice with the Order, whether you went with them or against them. I guess there might have been some dialogue with the Scoia'tael if you had went with them in the first one. And then there was just like 2 swords and a set of armor. Yeah, sort of stuff like that, where like if you don't know the if the mechanics aren't overly clear with the fact that you need everyone at full loyalty and full upgrades before you go out, sort of stuff like that. But like maybe not necessarily the who goes where sort of... Jesus. Not necessarily the who goes where sort of thing, because the game sort of makes it a point to choose who you choose to like lead and do the tech stuff and that. Yeah, there's like what's the word for it? Well, I'm just having like a total like there's like elements for different situations, but circumstances, I guess. But yeah, I guess that would do it for Witcher 2. I don't know if I would do a... because I didn't do a second playthrough of 1, but I wasn't a huge fan of the first one. I don't know if I would do like a second run through just to see what the other side is like. I guess I could always just load from the first chapter, because I think that's where the first major choice happens. And just see what the elf... because I don't even know if the elf story would end in Lockmorton, or if they would have a... that would be like a huge amount of effort though to make a different chapter 3. I just don't see how the Squirtle would make it into the... like where all the kings and sorceresses are. Unless you sneak in, but... because that would mean they would have a different final boss than the dragon, probably. That's a good question. I think it's either... it might be the 4th Momodora game. The, that was like the video I uploaded on like Christmas Eve. So I played the second... I still gotta play the 3rd one, but that should only be like another hour. So it'll either be the 4th one of that, because I think the 5th game comes out mid this month. So it'll either be the 4th game of that, or it'll be Batman Arkham City, I think. Probably one of those two. And then there's actually a few new releases that I'm looking at doing this year, at least early on. So I've got to sort of plan the other games around that, because it'll be like the 5th Momodora game comes out, I think like mid this month. There's also Goblin Slayer, I think late next month. And then there's Dragon's Dogma in March. I don't know after that though, but those are like the new releases this year, at least, that I'm interested in. Yeah, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 is still a decent chunk away, unfortunately. And that's going to be like a long game too, right? That'd probably easily hit 100 hours. Yeah, well, I mean, I did do a, I already did a stream of the first one. Jesus, 220, that's only one... oh, wait. You're doing multiple playthroughs there, right, I think? Maybe? Unless I'm remembering wrong. Too many bosses... oh, okay. That's your... oh, okay, so that's not total. So is it 220 on your main, and then you still have more on a different one? Because I thought I saw you say you were playing on... oh, okay. Jesus, yeah, that's a bit of a long game. I don't know if there's a... no, I don't think there's like one single game that took me anywhere close to that. To just like do one playthrough of. I think the closest would be... I know Persona 5 was like 80 hours. I think 100%ing Dragon's Dogma the first time was about 70 to 80 hours. I guess like Binding of Isaac takes a good chunk if you want to try and do everything. Oh yeah, I guess I could definitely add some time there redoing content. Yeah, well, anyway, I should probably wrap this up now. So thanks for joining me for Witcher 2. Yeah, still 100 hours is long regardless. It's a pretty decent length. But yes, thanks for joining me for Witcher 2. It'll probably be a decent chunk before Witcher 3 happens. I don't even know if it'll be this year, but I'll work my way towards it. Oh, no, not really. I mean, it's already nearly 2 in the afternoon on 2024 here. So New Year's is really come and gone. I don't really have any plans. I'm doing something on the 3rd, but not for today. Yeah, yeah, I'm already in next year. Yeah, I think I'm like, isn't it like 14 hours ahead or something? It's something like that. It's something ridiculous. But yeah, so next up will either be Momodora, I think it's like Riviera under Moonlight or something, or it'll be Batman Arkham City. I just got to figure out the timing with the new releases. Yeah, but Happy New Year's for you, I guess. I don't know how close you are to 2025. I assume you'd be close by now. It's probably like 11-ish, roughly, where you are, right? For what? Oh, 7th, really? It's that far back? Wow, okay, that's more than 14 hours then. I guess it's 15. I guess I wasn't that far off, actually. Wait, maybe I can't math. $16? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I sort of stayed up until like 1, but I also work through the night anyway, so. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way too. Getting old. Yeah. Yeah, I usually work through until 11 at night. And then by the time I get home and shower and everything, it's usually almost midnight anyway, so. But yeah, anyway, that's that'll do it for Witcher 2. I did like it. I think it was a good step up from 1, and it'll be interesting to see where they go from where they go for 3. I guess we'll see eventually what they do with the if they sort of continue with the same sort of baseline, or if they rework it. But anyway, thanks for joining. I think that was it. There's no DLC for this game, right? I'm pretty sure there's not. Yeah, it might be this year, depending on how sort of quickly I can get through the backlog, but with the new releases, that might slow things down a bit. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys for whatever the next game is going to be once I figure that out. So have a good night, and I'll see you guys around.